Well, we'll find our way into the formation. 21C car, Brian Chamberlain's going to lay back. That's a rookie runner back here. Getting some seat time. So we get up to speed and down the front straightaway we go. Into turn number 1 and 2. Little crossover move. Looking down low for the number something. Where is he going? My goodness gracious. Green flag going to fly. 8 laps of just, where are you going? Well, it actually didn't turn out too bad. He got out of the throttle. He did kind of keep him side by side. I thought for sure we were going to call a jump start on that one for Rick Schumann. Schumann to 25 AZ around the outside of turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. And here comes Most down low. I believe that's the 3 car, if I'm not mistaken. Peoria, Arizona racer working second out of turn number 4 down the front chute, tight to the wall. Nope, that's not the case. That's 34, Dustin Burkhardt. Working second on the field, out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Top 3 have pulled out away from the field. Everybody else following along. We got a mover and a shaker down in turn number 3 and 4. We got a little squirreled up there for the number 3 car, Most. Back and forth across the racetrack, and then finally got her back under control again. Unfortunately, knocked them back away from the top 2, who incidentally are going at it tooth and nail. So here comes a charge down into the corner. 1 down low, 1 up high. First one to the stripe is still going to be the number 25 car up front. Dustin Burkhardt working second, but he is right there down low, digging and pawing onto the back straightaway, and he's got the number 1 spot away from him. Schumann shuffled back into second. Schumann trying to come back down to the inside. Not going to be able to make it happen. It's a little puff of smoke as he got out of the throttle and gets back to the whip again down the front straightaway. As Burkhardt now your race leader. Charges out of turn number 2, working that low groove as we got one around down turn number 3 and 4. Caution flag coming out, one nosed in to the tires. Them babies up on the tires and send them on their way. Whoa, that was a late one. Held them up for a long time for Dustin Burkhardt. Now Gallivanzi's way down in turn number 1 and 2. Little slide job out of Most. Back behind, he'll go into the number 2 position with a very decisive maneuver into turn number 1. Should be able to hang on to it down turn number 3 and 4. Might catch a little bit of company onto the front straightaway, though. The number 8 car is giving it to what for? Now in trouble for your race leader. Burkhardt slowed down low on the racetrack. Going to watch the field race through as we got one spin around. We got contact on the front stretch underneath the flag stand, and it's showtime. Have to leave on the back stretch. It's automatic black flag if you leave on the front stretch. Just throwing that out there in case it comes into play later on. Tyler Most, your race leader, down into turn number 1 and 2. Onto the back straightaway. Good challenge for second. Hang on to it. Almost got out from underneath of him. Sling that baby sideways. Schumann going to waft a little smoke in his face. Lay that screen down on the number 7 car. Ryan Murphy scored 3rd down low. And again, we're looking for the top 16 in passing points across all these heat races to send to the feature event. Top 8 looking for a redraw. So Schumann able to hang on to second for now. Here's the white flag. We'll send him around one more time. And here comes a run out of the 7 car. Ryan Murphy trying to get charged down into the corner. Has to power slide back behind the 24 AZ car, or 25 AZ car rather. He's out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway to go. Checkered flag coming out up front for Tyler Most. He's going to pick up the win handily into number 3 car. Second up for grabs, and there's a move coming off the bottom. Nice. Ryan Murphy, the 7X car, going to pick up that 2nd spot away from Rick Schumann. Shuffle him back into 3rd. We'll put heat race number 1 into the books as we got a spinner down turn number 4 yet again. This guy's Arizona Speedway face mask on. I got mine too. Here we go. Oh my, Sean Deskins put his foot to the 10 and the back end just kind of spun around on him. He'll race down into the corner. No touch tires. A little wafting of smoke coming off of Ronald Webster to the outside. The number 51 car is going to race him down into the corner. My, that was bold. Going to be at 51 up front and on to the point. Webster's going to show him how it's done. Deskins gets shuffled back into second. Good side-by-side run taking place back behind. Bruce St. James punched the throttle and wanted to take him 3 wide out turn number 2 and thought better of it. It's a little challenge taking place for, well, 3rd, 4th, and 5th we'll call as they shuffle themselves onto the front straightaway. It's going to be the 22 car blazing around the top shelf. Not coming up on the transponder there for Aaron Jones, Chandler, Arizona racer, and that highly visible green number 22 car is the one's trying to race his way into the 3rd spot. And he'll do it with the deep run into turn number 3. Jack that baby sideways and pour the cool to it onto the front chute. Still 3 wide back behind. Bruce St. James had a little wheelie action going on as he was dangling the donuts. James down the inside. Whoa, that's a good catfish move. Got 1-2 cars picked off for the radio flyer. And that was very, very nice. Coming out turn number 2, and there he is dangling that left front tire, and that baby is hooked up and flush with power. Oh my, he's got a line going on. Can he run down one of those top 2 spots? We're going to find out. Battle is back behind for fifth now, out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Up front, it's the 51 of Ronald Webster shown away. Sean Deskins all by his lonesome. Running second, and Bruce St. James trying to get him reeled in. So he slams that baby down into turn number 1 and 2. Boy, that thing looks absolutely sexy down on the inside. Look at that thing hook up. Jacks it sideways, a lot of wheel spin. Good traction back onto the haunches, and here comes the run at the number 2 spot, and bye-bye, says Bruce St. James. Into the number 2 spot, and I don't believe he'd be done there. He's got 2 laps to go, a little too far to run down to 51 car. Webster up front. He's going to get the white flag this time by the starter stand for your race leader, but Bruce St. James is coming. Now that, there is no doubt. Hot down into turn number 1 and 2. The number 3 spot still Deskins. The number 20 cars will send him into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is displayed for Ronald Webster in the 51 up front. Look how close St. James got. Bruce will finish out second on the field. You got to wait a while for Deskins to get here. Deskins kind of scratching his pumpkin saying, hey, how come my car wasn't moving like that? So again, a rookie racer that just transitioned into sprint cars here in the 2020 season says, you know what? He's looking at some of the names. Maybe I'll just hang out back here. So green flag comes out, and away we go. Well, Kling's got something down the inside. Here goes Sterling into the number 3 spot. Maybe he's going to have to tussle for it out turn number 2, and he might not be up to the task because he'll fall back into 4th. 1 working the top side, 3 wide for 3rd onto the front straightaway. We'll let this one shake down, and it is going to be the 39 car, or 34, Sterling Kling coming away with 3rd. Dennis Guile, the number 13 car back behind, side by side out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Deep down into turn number 3, and a lot of speed being carried as they'll skip onto the front straightaway, almost touch tires. They roll down across. A little hard charge down low, and that's going to send Sterling Kling up high. So gather up a whole bunch of momentum, a whole bunch of speed down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 as he again works right on the rim. Down the front chute, there's a crossover coming out. Into the number 2 spot goes R.J. Johnson. Johnson, look out, slips up high, opens up the door down the inside. He'll be challenged by Dennis Guile down the back straightaway. Guile able to race his way up 1 spot into 2nd, and now R.J. Johnson's going to come back at him again. Out of turn number 4 and down the front chute. Dennis Guile looking pretty good himself in that number 2 position. Catching a lot of breathing room up front for the number 2 car. Shipley, he's still showing away. Now he's singled out in defense post formation on the entrance down into turn number 3. And she's starting to get a little racy on that top side. You can carry a lot of speed through the corner. Here comes Kling back around the outside, R.J. Johnson. Outside pass, now gets away from him, and he gets power to the ground. For Sterling Kling in the 34C car down into turn number 3 and 4. We're going to have 2 laps to go, this time by the starter stand. Here comes Dennis Guile. Reeling in your race leader up front. Josh Shipley thought he was getting away with one. That's not the case. Dennis Guile is right there. So 13 powers out of 2 and down into turn number 3. Hot on the heels and right up to the tail tank. To the white flag, we bring him onto the front straightaway. Here comes Dennis Guile, your race lead. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Guile backed it in early and maintains that position down the inside and goes to the point out of 2 and down the back chute. Nice move by Guile on the 13 car. Shipley shuffle back into 2nd on the field. Checkered flag coming out, and Dennis Guile's got himself a pretty good hot rod tonight. Shipley's going to go 2nd. Sterling Kling and R.J. Johnson, your top 4, the 3 car. Ready to bring this field to life, 6 cars. We were slated to have 7, so we're missing somebody out here. Good start, good crossover coming out Stevie Sussex, and you knew that was going to happen. Sussex goes to the point in the number 12 car and kind of marches his way down the back straightaway. Clean and green down into turn number 3 and 4. Contact, and around goes the race car. Oh, he's just going to drive out of it. Powers that baby up, and the 7 car Wayne Settle heads on his merry way. No harm, no foul, aside from the fact that he gave up 4 spots on the racing surface, but that's beside the point. Down the back chute goes Stevie Sussex. Sussex showing him how it's done. Calla working that 8K car in that number 2 spot. Charges onto the front straightaway. Meanwhile, blazing out wide comes the number 9. Josh Pelkey makes a move down into turn number 1 and 2. Just snags that spot away as he got his, or picked the pocket of Calla in the 8K car and shuffle him back into 3rd. Sussex putting a whooping on him. Heads down into turn number 1 and 2. 0 car able to pick up a spot. Jonas Reynolds moves into 3rd to the outside. Calla's off the pace, kind of missed his rhythm down on the inside, and you can see him wandering around out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Not so much with the wandering up front for Sussex. So fast, I think he won tomorrow's heat race as well. So he's already heading down the back chute. Our battles down into turn number 1 and 2. Jonas has run down Josh Pelkey in the number 9 car. Did there temporarily on the entrance to turn number 1, not so much on the exit. As Pelkey's got good dig in the number 9 car. Can't quite get her as deep down into the corners. Jonas in the 0 car, however, as they head on through, and that's 3 laps to go. 5 laps scored in the books last time by for Stevie Sussex, who literally is so far out front I completely forgot about him there for a split second. He's already down into turn number 1 and 2. Might be able to hit lap traffic before it's all over. So here comes Jonas. Another run at the number 9 car. Down into turn number 1 and 2 is right there. So close. Out of 2 and down the back chute. Watch him. He's got a plan into the corner or not. He let out of the throttle. You see the Burning Nation coming out of the exhaust as the white flag is flown for Stevie Sussex up front. Very comfortable here at Arizona Speedway. Jonas down the inside in our little peeky-poo on that challenge for second. Sussex is going to get the checkered flag, and we can still watch the race for second down into turn number 3 and 4. As Jonas comes up, a little tippy-tap on the tire, says, how you doing? Sends it on to the front chute, and we put that one into the book. So Pelkey hangs on to it. Reynolds is going to go third. That one is well off its feed. That thing was hammering like a blind carpenter down into turn number 1. So not exactly sure what's awry for Randy Nelson, but whatever it is, it ain't good.